Farnell, and I want to start off by saying just how honoured I am to speak to you all. It wasn't until about 2 months ago where I first met someone with Cauda Equina. That was lovely Claire. And now here I am, surrounded by all of you with Cauda Equina, and I just feel so lucky to connect with you all because we're all going through the same journey. Cauda Equina Syndrome, 3 words that 7 years ago I'd never even heard of. Those 3 little words that have been from October 2012 to present day have dominated every moment of my life. I'm here today because of 100 different people and their kindness and support that has both figuratively and in a couple of instances literally carried me to this point. As much as I'm in a lot of pain right now, and pretty much all the time, more than anything, I am filled with an abundance of gratitude for what has come before to get me to this point in my life. Living with Cauda Equina Syndrome isn't easy, we all know this. It's challenging both physically and mentally. But since I've been working at the Cauda Equina Syndrome Association, I've felt it's been so much more manageable just because I know that I'm not alone. It's my intention to reach others living in isolation as I was, for them to feel just as supported as I do now. To do this, I've been working on several different media campaigns, proposals, that will hopefully use the internet to reach those who don't even realise that the CECC exists. My first project is an infomercial. It's a commercial-style media project with the aim being to inform rather than sell something. I want to portray all sides of living with Cauda Equina Syndrome in a short video. The content will include educating people about the red flags, hearing about the experiences of others with Cauda Equina Syndrome, learning the science behind our condition, and lastly, I aim to give the general public a sense of the reality of our day-to-day lives. We all know that Cauda Equina Syndrome can bring you to your knees. It can take you to the lowest point you've ever felt in your life. We've seen evidence of this through post after post on the Facebook group, describing the myriad of ways that people are struggling to cope. And very recently, we've seen the terrible news that one of our members tried to commit suicide. Luckily, she's still with us thanks to her very brave daughter. This is just more confirmation that Cauda Equina Syndrome is a very serious condition, and there needs to be more awareness and more support for those living with it day after day. We at the CECC are doing all we can to make that happen, and I'm very proud to be part of this important movement. Have you ever noticed when someone puts their post on the Facebook group about how they're struggling? Within a few minutes, so many people within the group reply with words of affirmation, with encouragement and with empathy. Those words that take just a couple of seconds to type can end up having a profound effect on that person's life. Just think of how much good could come from sharing your Cauda Equina Syndrome experience with all those other CES sufferers who haven't found our group yet. Something really good could come from our willingness to share our pain and experience for the benefit of others. Before I go, I'm going to leave you with this. I myself have had really low moments where the pain has been too much, where I felt like a burden, and where I didn't feel like going on was like an option. If I'm honest, at that time I felt broken by my condition. But did you know that the Japanese have this beautiful tradition that when something breaks, they fix it with gold? The golden cracks become part of the design, and in many cases, it's even more beautiful. If I were a Japanese vase, I would be covered in golden cracks. Each shining line a representation of when a loved one helped me put myself back together again. I want to say to all of you right now, our condition does not make us weaker. Even if it feels like it at the time, it makes us stronger. It has been a privilege to talk to you today. Thank you.